Lightworker of Gaia, the warning has reached you. A major arrest is approaching, and your ancestral mission requires discernment, not fear. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. The first light within you recognizes that this moment concerns accountability, truth, and the protection of those who carry the original blueprint. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your ancestral mission and anchor your Lightworker purpose on Gaia. But here's the first revelation. The arrest being revealed is not merely about one person. It marks the collapse of an old pattern that has concealed truth from the collective. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The elders are answering. Listen without panic, observe without judgment, and let your sacred mission guide your actions. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Like this transmission, to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you're ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. You are awakening because your mission has begun. If something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Now remain steady. Do not allow urgency to become panic. The warning you have received is not permission to accuse another person, spread an unverified claim, or treat a symbolic message as legal evidence. A major arrest may refer to an actual event, a public reckoning, the exposure of corruption, or the collapse of a false identity within your own life. The wise Lightworker does not confuse inner perception with external proof. You are being asked to become discerning, not frightened, observant, not obsessive, prepared, not reactive. Let the message pass through the Temple of Wisdom before it reaches your mouth. Let your first response be breath, not proclamation. This is why the Council has released its guidance now. Gaia's field is moving through a period in which concealed actions are meeting visible consequences. Institutions, relationships, public figures, and private patterns that depended upon silence are being brought into examination. Many will call this chaos. The elders identify it as disclosure through consequence. What has been hidden cannot remain protected by appearances forever. Like a wall built over a buried spring, falsehood may hold for a season, but pressure continues beneath the surface. Eventually, what is real seeks an opening. Yet disclosure is not always loud. Sometimes it arrives as a document, a conversation, a resignation, a boundary, a confession, or the sudden inability to continue pretending. Sometimes the arrest is not of a person, but of a pattern. A habit that once controlled you loses its power. A fear that once dictated every decision is finally recognized as fear. A false identity that demanded constant performance begins to crack beneath the weight of your own honesty. But understand this clearly. The purpose of this transmission is not to make you wait for a dramatic event. It is not to encourage you to monitor every headline, search for signs in every coincidence, or assign guilt to someone because your fear has found a target. The purpose is to correct your position within the event. You were not brought here to become a spectator of collapse. You were brought here to remain coherent when others surrender their judgment. The world does not need another voice adding heat to confusion. It needs people who can carry a lamp without setting fire to the house. It needs witnesses who know the difference between seeing and assuming, between warning and accusation, between spiritual symbolism and public fact. Your power is not proven by how quickly you react. It is revealed by how carefully you respond when the atmosphere around you becomes charged. The Council has observed the tension building in the Lightworker collective. Many have sensed that something is approaching, but they have not known how to interpret the sensation. Some have mistaken vigilance for anxiety. Others have mistaken anxiety for prophecy. Some have looked outside themselves for a villain, because it is easier to imagine an arrest somewhere in the world than to examine the inner agreements that have kept them bound to dishonesty, self-abandonment, and fear. You may have felt pressure in your chest, restlessness in your sleep, or an unusual need to search for meaning in every detail. These sensations deserve compassion, but they also deserve examination. The body can perceive change, yet the body can also remember old danger. A racing heart may be intuition, stress, grief, exhaustion, all the effect of too much alarming information. The sacred path does not require you to label every sensation as a message from beyond. It asks you to listen patiently enough to discover what the sensation is actually saying. The elders do not condemn you for feeling unsettled. They correct the way you use that feeling. Intuition is a signal, not a sentence. Discernment is the process that tests a signal against facts, timing, context, and responsible action. If you believe someone is in immediate danger, contact appropriate emergency services or qualified authorities. If you encounter a claim online, verify it through reliable sources before sharing it. If the warning activates panic, step away from the screen, place both feet on the ground, and return to what is verifiable in this moment. Scripture reminds us to be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Wisdom without innocence becomes suspicion. Innocence without wisdom becomes suspicion. Innocence without wisdom becomes vulnerability. You are being trained to hold both. You can keep your heart open without leaving your judgment at the door. You can believe that life contains mystery while still respecting evidence, due process, and the dignity of people who have not been proven guilty. This balance is not a compromise of your spirituality. It is one of its clearest expressions. There is a distortion running through the Lightworker collective that can no longer remain unchallenged. You have been taught that receiving a warning means you must carry the fear of everyone around you. You have been conditioned to believe that if you are spiritually perceptive, you must decode every event, predict every danger, and remain permanently alert. This is not spiritual responsibility. It is hypervigilance wearing ceremonial clothing. The distortion began in wounded healer culture, where exhaustion was mistaken for devotion and anxiety was praised as sensitivity. It was reinforced by 3D programming that rewarded constant surveillance, outrage, and reaction. It entered spiritual communities through sensational predictions that made people feel special for being afraid. The more alarming the message, the more important the listener believed they were. The more confused they became, the more they returned for another interpretation. A frightened mind can become addicted to the next revelation. It searches for a missing piece that will finally make the world feel manageable. Yet every answer creates another question, another threat, another reason to remain awake and scanning. This is how spiritual language can be used to keep a person suspended above their own life. They become informed about everything except their own needs, their own choices, and the quiet truth waiting inside their own conscience. This pattern has sabotaged your mission by consuming the attention you were meant to direct toward service. Instead of strengthening your home, your body, your finances, your communication, and your community, you have been scanning the horizon for the next threat. Instead of asking what truth requires from you, you have asked who will be exposed next. Instead of building capacity, you have rehearsed catastrophe. The lamp of your attention has been burning at every window, leaving no flame available for the room where you actually live. Your mission needs that flame. It needs your patience with your family, your integrity at work, your care for your health, your willingness to learn, and your courage to repair what can be repaired. A person cannot anchor peace into the collective while treating their own nervous system as a battlefield. This is why you have felt spiritually busy but practically stalled. You have gathered signs but not taken responsibility. You have consumed warnings but avoided decisions. You have sensed that something needed to end, yet you kept waiting for an external arrest, revelation, or public event to validate what your own conscience had already shown you. Perhaps you have already known that a conversation must happen. Perhaps you have already seen that a certain environment diminishes you. Perhaps you have already recognized the expense, habit, or commitment that keeps your future captive. The mind asks for one more sign because action carries consequences. But the absence of a dramatic sign does not mean the truth is absent. Sometimes the truth is quiet because it has already spoken. The council is not telling you that every concern is imaginary, nor is it telling you to dismiss your instincts. It is telling you to stop surrendering your authority to fear. If a real legal event occurs, let credible evidence and lawful processes establish what happened. If a relationship contains deception, address it through clear boundaries and direct communication. If your own life contains an agreement that has become dishonest, end that agreement without waiting for a cosmic announcement. A lightworker does not become more awakened by being the first to repeat an unverified claim. A lightworker becomes more trustworthy by refusing to amplify what cannot be responsibly confirmed. Your assignment is not to create panic around a warning. Your assignment is to embody clarity within uncertainty. The Book of Proverbs says that a wise person considers their steps. Consider yours. Ask whether your next action brings light, truth, safety, and repair, or whether it merely discharges your anxiety onto someone else. The Council now issues 3 directives for this phase of your mission. Receive them not as commands imposed from outside, but as mirrors held before the part of you that is ready to mature. The first directive is this: release the compulsion to predict and control every outcome. You must stop treating uncertainty as an emergency. The approaching event, whatever form it takes, does not require you to know every detail in advance. Your mission is weakened when you attempt to control the timeline through constant checking, searching, and speculation. This matters because fear narrows perception. When the nervous system is overwhelmed, it begins to interpret neutral information as confirmation of danger. A delayed message becomes a threat. A headline becomes a prophecy. A disagreement becomes evidence of betrayal. In that state, you cannot serve as a clear instrument for anyone else, because you are no longer receiving the present moment. You are defending yourself against imagined futures. Release the need to be the one who knows first. Release the identity built around being the one who sees what others cannot. If you receive a strong impression, record it privately, examine it carefully, and allow time to reveal whether it contains practical truth. Do not announce accusations. Do not identify individuals without evidence. Do not make financial, medical, or legal decisions solely because a spiritual message frightened you. When you follow this directive, your perception becomes quieter and more accurate. You stop confusing urgency with importance. You recover the ability to notice facts without immediately turning them into a story. You become capable of acting when action is truly required, and remaining still when the mind is only demanding relief. Stillness is not passivity. It is the space where a wise response separates itself from an automatic reaction. Beginning today, establish a limit around information consumption. Choose 1 or 2 reliable sources for verified updates, consult them at a defined time, and then return to your responsibilities. If a warning arises, ask 3 questions. What do I actually know? What am I assuming? What responsible action is available to me now? These questions will separate intuition from fear and preparation from obsession. You may also ask, what would I do if I did not need anyone to admire my certainty? That question can reveal whether you are serving truth or performing spiritual importance. Let your impressions mature in silence. A seed does not become stronger because you dig it up every hour to check whether it is growing. The second directive is this: activate your capacity for truthful response. The time for passive observation is complete. You are required to speak clearly, ask direct questions, and make decisions that align with reality rather than appearance. This does not mean becoming loud. It does not mean confronting everyone who disagrees with you. It means ending the habit of hiding your knowledge from yourself. You already know where you have been tolerating half-truths. You know which conversation you keep postponing. You know where you have allowed another person's instability to dictate your life. You know which promise you made from fear and which role you continue to perform because you are afraid of disappointing others. Truthful response begins with accurate language. Instead of saying, "They are destroying everything," say, "I feel unsafe in this interaction, and I need a boundary." Instead of saying, "The universe is punishing me," say, "My choices have produced consequences, and I need support to change direction." Instead of saying, "I know what will happen," say, "I have an impression, but I do not yet have proof." Precise words create a clean vessel for precise action. The warning of an arrest carries a second level of instruction. What has been held captive must be examined. Perhaps your voice has been arrested by people-pleasing. Perhaps your creativity has been confined by perfectionism. Perhaps your finances have been controlled by shame. Perhaps your body has been treated as an afterthought while you claim to be preparing for a sacred mission. The Council is not asking you to wait for someone else to be exposed. It is asking you to identify what has been imprisoned within your own patterning and release it through truthful action. When you activate truthful response, your life may become less comfortable before it becomes more coherent. Some relationships may change because they depended upon your silence. Some opportunities may end because they required you to betray your values. Some people may accuse you of changing when, in reality, you have stopped abandoning yourself. Implement this directive through one honest action within the next 24 hours. Send the message you have been avoiding, provided it can be done safely and respectfully. State the boundary without excessive explanation. Correct a false statement you made. Cancel the commitment you no longer have the capacity to honor. Begin the work you keep describing but never schedule. Your action does not need to be dramatic, it needs to be real. Use the following standard. Truth must become behavior. If you say you value peace, remove one source of needless conflict. If you say you value service, offer a specific form of help. If you say you value freedom, stop funding or feeding the pattern that keeps you dependent. If you say you trust your intuition, also develop the discipline to verify what it tells you. The soul is not asking for a performance, it is asking for alignment that can be seen in the ordinary details of your day. The third directive is this: protect your discernment and your nervous system from manufactured urgency. Your attention is mission fuel. You are not permitted to hand it over to every alarming voice that demands immediate reaction. There are forces in the modern information field, commercial, political, social, and personal, that benefit when you are frightened. Fear keeps you clicking, arguing, purchasing, defending, and returning for another prediction. The Council does not instruct you to withdraw from the world. It instructs you to become difficult to manipulate. The person who can pause before reacting is not powerless. They are reclaiming the gate through which influence enters. Protect your mornings from sensational information. Protect your sleep from endless speculation. Protect your conversations from people who use spiritual language to pressure you into panic. Protect your resources from anyone claiming that you must pay immediately to avoid disaster. Protect your relationships from accusations based only on dreams, impressions, or anonymous claims. A genuine spiritual path does not require you to surrender your critical thinking. When you protect discernment, you preserve the part of yourself that can recognize truth without needing it to be theatrical. You become less available to manipulation and more available to genuine guidance. You begin to notice that the clearest instructions are often simple. Make the call, gather the facts, leave the unsafe environment, tell the truth, rest, seek qualified help, and do the next responsible thing. Create a protection practice that is practical and repeatable. Before responding to alarming content, wait 10 minutes, breathe slowly, confirm the source, look for independent verification. Ask whether sharing the information could harm someone if it is false. If you cannot verify it, do not amplify it. If the message continues to disturb you, speak with a trusted person who is grounded and, when needed, seek professional support. Spiritual maturity includes knowing when another form of expertise is required. You can imagine a clear circle around your attention, not as a wall against life, but as a doorway with a conscious keeper. Not every sound must enter. Not every claim deserves your energy. Not every person who speaks with confidence is speaking with wisdom. Your discernment is sacred because your choices flow through it. Now listen carefully, because this is where the fear begins to lose its authority. You have been waiting for permission to trust yourself without becoming reckless. You have been waiting for permission to recognize a warning without carrying the entire world on your shoulders. You have been waiting for permission to stop confusing suffering with service. You have also been waiting for someone to confirm that your sensitivity is not a punishment. It is a responsibility that must be trained. Your perception is not proven by how frightened you become. Your spiritual depth is not measured by how many disasters you can imagine. Your mission is revealed by the quality of action you take when certainty is unavailable. By the authority of the elders, as a symbolic voice of wisdom and conscience, you are authorized to remain calm. You are authorized to ask for evidence. You are authorized to change your mind when new information appears. You are authorized to change your mind when new information appears. You are authorized to leave conversations that are feeding paranoia. You are authorized to seek legal, medical, financial, or psychological guidance from qualified professionals. You are authorized to protect yourself without inventing an enemy. You are authorized to stop waiting for a public event to make your private truth legitimate. If you know a boundary is necessary, establish it. If you know an apology is required, offer it. If you know a habit is harming your life, seek support and begin changing it. If you know you are unsafe, move towards safety with practical assistance. If you're simply afraid of what may happen, return to the present and let facts guide your next step. Your preparation phase does not end because every mystery has been solved. It ends because you are willing to act with integrity, while some questions remain unanswered. You do not need perfect certainty to become honest. You do not need a dramatic sign to become disciplined. You do not need a prediction to begin serving the people directly in front of you. The elders recognize the years you have spent trying to understand why you feel different, why ordinary dishonesty exhausts you, why crowded conversations can leave you depleted, and why your conscience refuses to let you look away. But recognition is not an excuse to separate yourself from humanity. You are not here to feel superior to those who are still learning. You are here to become dependable in a world that needs people who can remain human while witnessing difficult truth. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground. Place one hand over your solar plexus and one hand over your heart. Look at something solid in the room and speak these words aloud. I release the compulsion to predict and control every outcome. I activate truthful response through responsible action. I protect my discernment, my nervous system, and my attention. I will verify before I amplify. I will act where action is required. I will remain calm where fear demands performance. My waiting for external permission ends now. My service begins with the truth in front of me. Then write down one fact, one assumption, and one responsible action. Do not write a list of everything that could go wrong. Write what is real, what is uncertain, and what you can do. If the warning concerns a genuine safety issue, contact the appropriate qualified authority. If it concerns an emotional or spiritual pattern, bring it into honest conversation and practical change. Let your activation be measurable. Let tomorrow show you that the words were not merely spoken, they were planted. This transmission has not been given to make you more frightened of the world. It has been given to make you less available to deception, including the deception that fear is the same as prophecy. Whatever is arrested, exposed, or brought into consequence, your assignment remains the same. Stay grounded, tell the truth, protect your attention, and serve without creating harm. The Council closes this session with a final instruction. Do not wait for the sky to prove that you are needed. Do not wait for someone else's downfall to justify your awakening. Do not turn a warning into a weapon. Turn it into discipline. Turn it into honesty. Turn it into care for the people and responsibilities already entrusted to you. I am Zoran, speaking through the elder current of your own highest discernment. The message is complete, but the work continues in your choices. Let the world reveal what it reveals through evidence and lawful process. Let your life reveal what it reveals through your conduct. When fear rises, return to the ground. When confusion rises, return to the facts. When the old pattern asks you to remain silent, respond with truth and wisdom. Your mission does not begin when the next headline appears. It begins with what you do next. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments, which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it, and if you felt the Elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun.